Maisie.
Hi, I'm Miss Malia.
Hi, I'm Marguerite.
Hi, I'm Maggie.
Hi, I'm Sumaya. Welcome back. I'm Miss Maisie. In our last video, we explored how seeds germinate. Today we're going to keep in mind that process of germination as we grow new plants from both seeds and from kitchen scraps, and pay close attention to the day-to-day changes our plants go through as they grow. Plants need something to grow in, like water or soil, plus a container if we're going to be growing them inside. While we are germinating seeds, we like to put them in a sunny windowsill, but actually we don't need light to germinate seeds. However, plants do need sunlight in order to grow because that is where they get their energy. As our plants grow, we're going to record the changes in an observation log, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a way to record what we see over time. This will help us understand how plants grow and observe what we call the life cycle of a plant. So let's get growing.
Hi everyone, Miss Sumaya here. Today I'm going to show you how to grow herbs indoors at home. To do this, you will need a few supplies. A container, I'll be using a plastic cup, a peat pellet or soil, seeds, and water. The first thing I'll do is place my peat pellets in the cups and add water just to cover the top of the pellets. Peat pellets take about 15 minutes or so to hydrate. You could see here just how much they grow in size. Peat pellets are a great way to grow plants indoors and are relatively inexpensive. You can also use regular potting soil. Once my peat pellets are hydrated, I'll use a pencil to break up the top of the pellet so I have a place to put my seeds. You can also use your fingers. Once I do that, I'll take my seeds, today I'll be using basil and cilantro seeds, and sprinkle them onto the pellet. Try and spread them apart if you can. Next, I'll take my cilantro seeds and do the same thing. Next, I'll lightly cover the seeds using the peat. The last step is to add a little water to each container so the seeds have enough water to germinate. I placed my herbs on a windowsill so I can check on them and hopefully see them grow. I'll also be keeping a log of my herbs where I record my observations and draw what I see. Hopefully you can grow some herbs at home as well.
Hey everyone, it's Miss Malia. Did you know that you can regrow many kitchen scraps as long as you still have the base or the root part intact? All you need to do is get the base wet so the roots remember that it's time to wake up. Then they'll start to grow down and you should get some stems and leaves growing out of the top. Since this method isn't quite as reliable as growing from seed, I recommend trying it out with a few different types of kitchen scraps so you can make sure to find something that's going to grow for you. I'm going to cut the base off of this celery and then put the rest of it back in the fridge to eat later. This is the base. This is where the roots used to grow out of. If you need to use a knife, remember you must ask for an adult to help you. This is the end of a head of lettuce. If you don't have an adult to help you with using a knife, you can always try using scissors instead. And I could turn the rest of this into a really nice salad for later. Now I'm going to take all of my samples and put them root down into this water. It's about an inch of water. I'll change the water out every day and see what I can find. Now remember, the edible part of these that's going to regrow is the stem and the leaves. So this carrot root is not going to grow back into another carrot, but I can get some edible stems and leaves from the top of the carrot. And you can use carrot greens or carrot tops in pestos or salads.
Okay, so for our next part of growing things from our kitchen scraps, is I have some nice green onions here. They go by a couple different names. Some people call them scallions, some people call them green onions or spring onions. And they're pretty delicious. They're one of those foods that you actually eat pretty much the entire length of. So what we're gonna do is we can see already the way that I bought these from the store is that they actually still have some of their roots. I don't think this is all their roots because their roots should be a little longer, but it looks like they left some of them here, which will make it a lot easier for our plant to start regrowing. We're gonna cut them maybe halfway through the really stiff part of their stem, like right where it starts to get green, maybe 2 or 3 inches up. And this is the part, maybe not this leaf, but this is the part I'm going to use in my dinner tonight. And this is the part that's probably going to regrow and I can use again and again. So I'm going to do that for all 4 of these. Try to cut them all about the same length. So I have all of these nice green onions for my dinner tonight. And now I have 4 little stalks with some roots. And I have a nice jar of water here. And I want something tall because I want it to stay upright. I want the green onions to stay upright when I place them in. You could also plant these guys in some soil, but I like water because I'm not going to keep them forever, so they don't need all the nice nutrients of soil. And water's just a little easier just to refill, and I get to watch them grow, which is really fun if they're in this nice glass jar. Next, we're going to start an observation log. If you want to join us, you can draw along with your own plant, one of our plants, or imagine your own plant and imagine how it might grow. All you need is a piece of paper and something to draw with. Like people, plants take time to grow. They grow through really tiny changes that are hard to keep track of, even if you watch it every minute. We want to see how our plants grow over time, so every few days we're going to add to our observation log about how our plants look at that point in time. Through many entries, we'll be able to see how our plant grew and changed.
Today we are going to be talking about a plant life cycle. And most plants go through 5 different phases of their life. First would be the seed phase, second is germination, which we learned about in the last video, third is the growth, fourth is the maturity, and fifth, finally, is the reproduction of future seeds and future plants. I chose to use a bean seed for this plant life cycle drawing activity. Most plants as well go through these same 5 phases, but there are a few that differ slightly.
If we continue our observation log long enough, we'll see the entire life cycle of our plants. For the kitchen scrap gardening, those plants have already started at the growth stage and will continue on through the last few stages.